Daryl, you're back from your week of isolation. How's being out with COVID for you?
Frustrating. I think I had no symptoms, to be honest. I felt totally fine with myself. But obviously you got to follow the protocols and the government guidelines and have a week in isolation. Glad to be back in now this week. Well, the back end of this week, and looking forward to Torquay now.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, you of course had to miss a home clash with Dover on the second, but I know you still had plenty of involvement with the group and the rest of your staff remotely on the day. How challenging was that for you?
Yeah, it was difficult. Obviously, you want to be at the games, and it was a big game for us as well to get 9 points over Christmas. We felt we targeted it before then to win them 3 games. We felt they were key to us, and to miss out on the last one and not be there with the team, it was frustrating. But the staff did a brilliant job, and the players did a brilliant job, and they've continued what we've been doing previously.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you've then sort of still been out for most of this week, so it must be particularly nice for you to get back in now off the back of these sort of 9 points on the bounce. How have you sort of found the group since you've just come back in?
Yeah, I've been back in for 2 days, so Thursday, Friday. It's been great to get back in. Good to see everybody. Everyone's buzzing. We're looking forward now to Torquay on Saturday, and looking forward to the rest of the season, second half of the season. We find ourselves in a decent position in the league, and we want to continue our good form.
You say every week, every game's tough, but what exactly are you expecting from this Saturday's game down at Torquay? It's a tough place to go.
Yeah, it's a very tough place to go. They've got some very, very good players. They've got a very experienced manager. Right up top's been a threat for years at this level and the level above. Lemony Evans the same in behind them. Marnie Little's back from suspension, who on his day for me is one of the best players in the division. They've got Chory Johnson, who was trained to boss, Joe Felix, who trained to boss in pre-season, who we know really well. Asa Hall, again, another top performer at this level, along with Lapsley. We know it's going to be a really, really difficult game. And we know when you go to places like Torquay away from home that you've got to be at your best. You've got to do the basics well. You've got to be hard to play against. But it's another challenge for us, and one that we go down there in confidence in our recent form, and we're looking forward to the match.
We've seen you utilise the system recently with Angelo Balanta playing behind a front two of Josh Walker and Junior Marias, both of whom obviously in the goals last weekend, without obviously giving away too much of your team selection. Is that something you think we'll see maybe a bit more of going forward, or is it quite opponent dependent?
Horses for courses, to be honest, Lou. I think there's certain games you can have the 3 of them together, and there's certain games that you need to bulk up the midfield more. I think it will be depending who we play against. We know that we've got goals in us. We've shown that across the season. And in the last couple of weeks, I think we've defended ever so well as a team as well, even with that 3 in front. I think Zooms has come in and had a big impact as well. Clarkie's back now. Elliot Johnson's back as well from COVID. So we feel that this team's got stronger over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Paul McCallum's back as well now. So we feel that we've got a decent group. And as I said, we'll pick horses for courses. We know we're flexible in the players that we've got. We've got Joey Jones back as well now. So we've got plenty of players in that midfield area.
Yeah, good stuff. And just finally, you touched on several players there sort of returning. I was going to ask, are there any further updates on recent absentees? Like how many of those are sort of back in training? How many of those are sort of in your head for selection potentially?
We're missing Ranty. That's it. We're just missing Ranty. So we've got everybody else back. Touch wood. COVID or injury today or whatever, but everybody else is back apart from Ranty. So we've got a good group to pick from. Obviously, not everybody's in their best shape in terms of they've been off field or they've been out injured. They're still building up, but we've got people back in the building training, so which is a real positive for the second half of the season.